all that he could hear was the men down below praying. The prayer. God, keep that flag flying.
What's the story, people? We're checking out the Star-Spangled Banner. I've got a few comments in. Eddie, check out the Star-Spangled Banner. I think it's about the national anthem, about how it came about and everything. You guys know I love American history. I love American culture. I love about learning about America. I can't help it. It's just so nice. So yeah, this is going to be nice. I've got my wee coffee right here. A lovely coffee. Let's learn about America. Let's go.
There was a lawyer once. His name was Francis Scott Key. He penned a song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the national anthem. It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a ball game. We stand in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer.
Sorry to pause early. I'm so sorry. Just before I start and say this, I've noticed that at Super Bowls, big NBA games, and other big events, you guys, they play the national anthem. You hardly ever see that in other countries. You guys love you love your culture, you love the history. You guys, any chance you get, you play the national anthem, you fly the flag. United States, people would die for United States. You don't see that everywhere. So I rate you guys for that. You guys love your country. I know it's going to be a beautiful story. I know it's going to be great. I know that already. It's going to be nice. Let's go.
You're in Baltimore. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict with the mother country, Britain. Because of this conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francis Scott Key. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day, in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials. And they reached a conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francis Scott Key, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. And he said, men, I've got news for you tonight. You're free. He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains.
So wait, this was the British. So the British had a lot of American prisoners. So he was allowed to go on the ship and imagine being an American, knowing that someone is there to rescue you at that time. Wow.
He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. And Francis Scott Key said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry? He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth. He said, how are you going to do that? He said, if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet. He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war is over. These men would be free anyway. He said, you can't shell that fort. He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children. He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. He said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. And he said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered, and you'll now be under British rule. Francis Scott Key went down below and told the men what was about to happen. And they said, how many ships? He said, hundreds. The ships got closer. Francis Scott Key went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said,
sorry, I don't feel like I've gone this long without pausing. This story is it's so captivating. It's so interesting. So they're telling them, put the flag down, or we just keep shooting missiles and everything. Are the Americans gonna put the flag down? The Americans love the flag. So it makes sense as to why, when you see what's going on in cities and all that, you see people disrespecting the flag and everything. People are thinking that people fought for this flag. Their great grandparents fought for this flag. It's more than a flag. So it makes sense as to why people don't like the disrespect. What's gonna happen? So all they have to do is put the flag down and then be on the British rule, and then they stop shooting them. But then there's women, there's kids. Fuck. Sorry for cussing. Wow.
there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, "Tell us where the flag is. What have they done with the flag? Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us." 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling, every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb, and Francis Scott Key would report down to the men below, "It's still up. It's not down." The admiral came and he said, "Your people are insane." He said, "What's the matter with them?" He said, "Don't they understand this is an impossible situation?" Francis Scott Key said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said, "The thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees."
Bro, that gives you chills. Chills just running through it. I feel like we're losing that today. Like people that will die for what they love. Like for me, there's some things that I would die for. Like if you believe in something, like I'm not gonna, like I feel like I'm at that age now that I don't care. If I love something and I believe in it, I will stand by it. I don't care what anyone else thinks. Nothing makes me respect someone so much than see them stand for something. As a man, you gotta stand for something. I might not agree with you, but you gotta stand for something. And look at the shoot. He goes right up on his knees. Wait, what's the line? Sorry, let's say it again. Sorry.
He'll die on his feet before he'll live on his knees.
He'll die on his what? Wow. Because the way I see life is that we are all gonna go one day. But what legacy are you leaving behind? Like no matter what you do in life, you're gonna go. We are all gonna go. I always tell people, I'm not scared of death. I'm not scared of death at all. When I say this to my girlfriend, she's like, "No, don't say that." I'm not. I'm not. The only thing I'm afraid of is not leaving something behind, not having a legacy behind. That's why, like, when I do all these videos, Like one of the biggest things I'm so proud of is my travels. I travel a lot. I travel around Europe, and mainly I go to Scotland a lot. I've been to Scotland probably like 80 times in the last year, and I do videos of Scotland. I explore, and like that's my legacy for the people over here in England or around the world, for my kids, for my grandkids. Whatever you do in life, make sure you leave a legacy behind. No matter how small it is. I'm not just here just to be a number. I'm gonna go, but when I go, I have to leave a mark in life. You gotta leave a mark behind this world. This guy, Francis Keys? See, his name's already stuck in my head. Francis Scott Keys. He died like hundreds of years ago, but we still remember that. You gotta stand by something and leave a legacy behind. No matter what you do in life, leave a legacy. No matter how small it is. You could be a janitor at a local high school, but be the best janitor in that high school. Be the best janitor in the States. So when you're gonna be like, oh, I remember when he used to, you gotta leave something behind. Do something. Sorry for going on about, but that's what I believe in. Anyway, sorry, this is very. Let's continue.
The Admiral said, we have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart to take that flag down.
Fuck.
He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, and yet it's still flying. We don't understand that. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun for the next 3 hours to bear on that point. Francis Scott Key said the barrage was unmerciful. All that he could hear was the men down below praying. The prayer. God, keep that flag flying where we last saw it.
Again, correct me here. It's not about the flag. It's about what it stands for. It's hope. Freedom. And once that flag touches the ground, that's gone. Again, let me know. I could be wrong. That's what it stands for me. Sometimes it's not about the material. It's about what it stands for. It's like the White House. It's just a house. But it's about what it stands for. It's been there for hundreds of years. Once that White House goes down, people that fought for it years ago. It's not about the material. It's about what it stands for. For me, that's what I believe anyway.
Sunrise came. He said there was a heavy mist hanging over the land, but the rampart was tall enough. There stood the flag, completely nondescript, in shreds. The flagpole itself was at a crazy angle, but the flag was still at the top. Francis Scott Key went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. And what he'd found had happened was that flagpole and that flag had suffered repetitious direct hits. And when it had fallen, but men, fathers, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground, although knowing that all of...
It's crazy that as I'm listening to this right now, it's just making me think about my life. I'm sorry for taking it this way, but it's just, I don't want to use the word emotional, but the way I'm in my life right now, like I'm very happy. I've got the best, amazing girlfriend. I've got an amazing family. And I'm at that stage in life where I'm 30 years old, where it's like the next step, marriage, kids and all that. And it's got to a stage where I'm doing stuff that I love. Number one thing is I love to travel, experience places. I love to do this. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm telling you this. It's gonna connect to what we're watching right now. Like I'm doing stuff. I'm taking, for instance, now I normally go out with my friends on Friday night and all that. Today is Saturday. I'm recording this on a Saturday in England. But this channel means so much to me now that instead of me going out with my mates that I usually do, over the last, because I've been taking this channel so serious. It's something I've been thinking of doing for so long. So what did I do yesterday? Instead of going out yesterday and today, I said no. I was just recording videos. So this is my version of this, because I know if I want to achieve something bigger, if I want, it's like the soldiers knew, like everyone in that area knew, if they let that flag touch down, they're gonna have to start again. Do you know what I mean? The flag gives you hope. If I'd gone out, and don't get me wrong, I like going out with my friends and everything, but if I'd just not taken this serious, if I'd gone out, it's like I'm starting again. It's like something, I'm building something that I fought for. The hours of me recording, all the money I've spent on cameras, lighting, MacBook, everything. You gotta take risks, take chances, drop some stuff. I feel like take this in your life as well. If there's something you want to do and there's little things stopping you every time, forget about that thing for a while. Focus for the next 6-7 months, for the next year. Do what makes you happy. You gotta do it. You gotta do it now. The best time is now. And listen to this now. It just motivated me so much now. You guys are not, oh my God. You're about to get sick of me. I'm going to be giving you guys videos left, right. I'm learning so much. Like, let me show you guys how much I care about this. What's this? No one knows about this. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this. Yesterday, I found an American store. I bought loads of American snacks. Look at this. Cracker Jack. Island Punch. What's this? Sour Patch. I'm going to be trying it for the first time. Because I just, I loved it. I've just got into this and I love it so much. And I'm putting all my art in it. And that's what they were doing. Obviously, the levels of what I'm doing and what they did to set the flag is different. But like, it's like if you love something and you care about something, you give everything. Do you know what I mean? Sorry for all this stopping, but sometimes I'm a very, I wear my art on my sleeve. I just say as it is. I don't care. It might make me, someone might Eddie, that's just soft. I don't care. I'm in a good space. I'm happy. I'm very happy, so I don't care. I'll express myself. If you don't like it, I still like you, but I don't care. Let's continue. Sorry about that.
The British guns were trained on it. Although knowing that all of the British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly until they died. Their bodies were removed and others took their place. Francis Scott Key said what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. He penned the song, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud."
Oh, that's the American. Oh, say can you see? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, sorry.
"See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Or the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly and wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The debt was demanded. The price, it was paid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break through, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I didn't expect this to be like this at all. I didn't expect it at all. Just that image is alone. I'd say if there's any message you get from this, just, you know, if there's something you believe in, just go for it. Fight for it. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Fight for it. You get there in the end, okay? You got this. Yeah? We're all in this together. We're all in this together, okay? It's gonna be tough. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to hold that flag all night. But you know what? You're gonna be happy you did. I promise you that. I promise you that. If you work hard for something, the rewards are gonna be there. I promise you that. I promise you that. So take care. Make sure you guys want to see more stuff like this, comment down below. I can't wait to come to the United States. Again, one of my favorite places I want to go to, Texas. I've been doing my research. I think it's about 10.5-hour journey from London if I'm going to Texas. I think it's Houston. Is it Houston or Austin? It's cheaper to go to New York. New York is about £400, which is about $500. Going to Texas is about almost double. Yeah, more than double. Yeah, Texas is way more far and it's just more expensive. But regardless, I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna be there. I promise you guys. I'm gonna be in the United States within the next 6 to 8 months. I promise you. I promise you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.